guys, and welcome back. So we're back to the second part, and I have an amazing guest on set with us alongside Stella Ballet, JP. Hi JP, how are you?
I'm alright.
That's awesome. So JP works alongside Stella Ballet with Real Talk Mentor, and he's a personal trainer. So JP, tell us a little bit about you being a personal trainer.
Okay, first, I'm the best personal trainer in the entire world.
Really?
I guarantee.
I love that.
I tell people I guarantee them results because it's not just about the physical. So my thing is more about the mental, spiritual, psychological, especially now where people are suffering a lot. So it's about addressing certain areas through training, and it's just about really getting the best out of them in life, not just in the gym, also getting them independent. So when they leave, they can actually address areas of their life, if you want to say that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's my wonderful approach.
Okay, that's awesome. So early on, you said basically that you like within 5 minutes, you can basically, by seeing someone train,
Yes.
you basically know what they're all about. Can you elaborate on that?
So let's say I went gym with you.
Okay.
I'll ask you to do certain exercises. Depending on how you do it, there's body languages we give off. There's certain ways we do things. For me, it's like I can see their life unfold, how they address gym.
Wow.
And it's amazing because I test it. So
You test it?
yeah, I test it every time. So I just make them do a few exercises, and then I tell them I just need to spend 5 minutes so I know how they are with money, how they are in relationships. And everyone always says the same thing. They're like, go on then, tell me. And then some of them are like, oh, this is so scary. It's like you're following me, this
Really?
and that. But no, it's amazing because I feel, especially now in society, we hide and we're very fake. And the thing about when you're getting someone to do moves and exercising, they become naked. So they can't hide certain things. Like I've had clients cry. I've had some lose control. I've had some just get angry. I've had some achieve things which they've never thought they can. You have the ones that are strong and you can see where like life is just punching them. And it's like you can just see it all. For me, when someone's exercising, I can see it all. And it's just amazing to use that as a point of contact to whether help people change their lives, inspire them. And there's a lot of success stories that it's just amazing to see.
Wow. So for me, like literally, I would just say that's a gift because I've literally never heard that in my whole entire life. I've heard of personal trainers, and all I've ever heard is always about being fit. But you know, if I was to hear that there's a personal trainer that literally by what you could do, I'll probably go to the gym because literally I hate gyms. I do not go to any gym whatsoever. So yeah, oh my, I really find that inspiring. Now, I know that you two obviously ended up collaborating and working together. You started working with Real Talk due to what you've been through, and you're able to relate. I know also, Stella, you also have your story, and obviously we never fully finished your story, and I really want to get into the death row part. How is it that you ended up on death row? I just can't comprehend that still.
So basically, as I said before, that we were doing the road stuff.
Yeah.
And those days, I said there were certain things that you'd do, that you'd get involved in, and it wasn't a jail term. So you can be here and maybe get banged up for 5 years, 10 years, or whatever. In Nigeria at the time, if it was drugs or currency.
Okay.
Or foreign currency, it was literally that. It was death.
Just death, literally.
It was like you're taken to Kri, the prison, the notorious maximum security prison. And that was it, to the beach, that's it. Because it was they were classed as high crimes.
Okay, so how long were you in prison for?
So I didn't even get to that point, I didn't even get to Kri. So what happened was, when I was actually arrested by the NSO, Nigerian Security Organization, I was in a cell, obviously thinking, look, Stella, what have you done? You're over, you're done now, because you know what the penalty is. I've been high flying. I've had almost about $500,000 cash of counterfeit money. We're just peddling up and down the country. I was about 20 years old, as I said, about this time. And yeah, I got to the stage now in a set, in a police station, in a cell, thinking, right, this is it. Names chalked up on the board, ready to be shipped out to Cree, which is going to be the next stop before you go to the beach. And I'm thinking, Lord, what's, this is it. And I'm Stella, literally, all I can say, I'm talking about God now in the sense, not trying to be religious or...
Yeah, I know, yeah.
The fact is, look, I prayed.
Right,
I never prayed, I prayed. All I knew was Psalms 23.
Wow.
And I prayed this prayer like my life depended on it. Obviously, my life did depend on it. And I'm telling you, within minutes, now there was a change of station sergeant.
Wow.
Okay? The new station sergeant that came in, remember, I'm in the pound. There's about 20 other guys behind me in there for various other stuff. Been there, I don't know how long, and I'm there, newbie, fresh, akata, in the cell, and I'm thinking, look, I'm not even thinking about what's pending. I'm thinking, if I've got to spend the night in here, what's going to happen with the guys behind me, sort of thing. So I'm in there and I'm praying, like I said, and change of station sergeant. The new one that came on board, he kept coming to look at me, looking at my name. And it's all in the name, Stella, just as we talked before about our names. And I didn't know at the time, but he recognized my name.
Wow. That's a miracle.
And he's looked at my name thinking, but I know this name.
Yeah.
I know this name. And he kept coming back to check at me and then going back, obviously making some calls. I don't know what he was doing, but he kept coming back to check, verify. And he came to me and said, listen, oh boy, in the next 5 minutes, I'm coming to open this door. And you see that door down there? I'm going to open that. And he said, you better run. This is in the cell.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, but wait, I'm in a cell. This doesn't make sense. Why would the police be telling me I'm going to open the door and that door there and run? And I'm thinking, no, this guy's trying to set me up. He just wants me to make a move and he's going to open fire. Right? And he went. I'm still mulling over thinking, no. And then he came back and he did what he said he was going to do. I watched him unlock the further door and now he's coming to me to unlock my door. And I'd say, listen, I thought, you know what? It's either I do what this guy said and have a chance, or I don't, and I know I'm done for. So obviously I went for the latter, I legged it. Kept running. I'm hearing sirens behind me. Not sirens for me, but just sirens generally. But I'm thinking, no, he has set me up, and I'm running, and now they want to come and get me, and that's it. And I'm running, ducking, and then I'm gone, I'm out. Long story short, remember, I'm out of home now. I've gone away from home now. Tail between my legs. Before I'd gone home, I've met up with the guys. Yeah, big man, good guy. You got caught, but yeah, you're out. How did you get? You know what I mean?
So you
I'm bigging up
basically
now.
escaped and you ran to them.
I went back to my guys.
Wow.
Right? Some of them had seen or had heard on the grapevine. Shala's got, what's happened, this, that. But now they see me thinking, but how did you get out of that? Because we knew you had stuff on you. We knew that they've got it, right? And how are you now walking the street? Mm-hmm. Stella, look, it wasn't until about 20 years later that I realized what had happened. It was an intervention. It was a divine intervention. The name that my surname is a very unusual name, as you know. Look, my name Egbale. Mm-hmm. It's shortened from Egbale Tiwan.
Yeah.
Right, and that name basically means that we don't take nonsense from anybody.
Right.
My father chopped the name.
Oh, okay.
And made it Egbale, right?
Right,
which makes it very, very unique. And so anybody that bears that name must have some kind of connection with me.
Yeah.
So this man saw the name. It turned out that this man, my late father, had put him through a scholarship in police college.
No way.
So when he's seen the name now, this guy, this must be...
Wow.
There must be a connection. And the reason why he kept coming back forward, looking at me, when he was checking out, is Egbale in town right now? Does he have a son? Would he be such and such, about such and such age? All the answers came back yes. He said, listen, I've got him here on a capital offence. And because of what this man has done for me,
yeah,
I have to pay it forward. Mm-hmm. I have to. And he did.
Wow. So that's literally how you...
And that's how I came out. Like I said, I didn't realise what had happened. Look, years down the line, I still got involved in other different scrapes, other crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not until I finally just accepted, I said, Lord, you know what? You've got me. Regardless of what I've done, regardless of what I've been through, where I've been, you've been there for me. Okay? And so this is the standard. This is the template for Real Talk Mentors, because I say it loudly, listen, if my life can be saved, and it literally has been saved, then anybody's life can be saved.
Wow. Wow, that's
right?
amazing.
It can be saved.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I'm brewing from this now. I've come out. I've now started to I've lost all that money. I'm thinking, well, I've got my life, but I've lost the money.
Because you realise there's nothing there.
Exactly.
You don't have that money now. So it's like, what was all that for? There was no point.
But the thing is now I'm feeling suicidal. I'm doing all things. I'm going out there, I'm drinking. I'm burning cannabis, my weed. I'm getting Valium. I'm having cocktails now of cannabis and alcohol and Valium, sleeping tablets. And I'm taking them by the box. Because I'm thinking, I just want to end this. I don't want to be here. Remember, I'm still in Nigeria where I don't want to be.
Yeah.
And people are still not tuning in to why is Stella behaving like this? What's triggered?
Yeah.
What is it?
And it's funny because your dad thought, I'm taking this boy back home so he can behave himself, but he doesn't know that actually made you turn out worse.
It turned out worse.
Which is really a contradiction. Because you do hear a lot of parents, especially if they weren't born here and, they had a kid's here and the kids start misbehaving, they say, right, I'm taking them back home. They'll teach them a lesson and they'll change. But does that always work?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And you see, as we said before, Stella, communication is the key. Look, so I'm going through an absolute terrible time. Remember, my life has been literally turned on its head. I've had a life of stability prior to that, and now, well, you know what it's like back home. You know what I mean? It was just like now everything's just. I'm thinking I can't function. I can't get my head around this. It took somebody from the family nucleus, as I said, to see what was going on, and went to my parents and said, "Listen, if I don't take this guy under my wing, he's not going to last the week. Wow. He's not going to see out the rest of this week."
Wow.
Man, he said, "Anyway, listen, Stella, what do you need?"
He actually asked you.
He asked me those 4 questions.
And that's what you needed. Oh.
Yeah. So the words. Okay, what do you need? And he provided for those needs. And like I said, he was the pretty prominent position in government at the time. He had children of his own, by the way. So it wasn't like he didn't have any children. But like I said, because he could see deeper than just the surface. And to be honest, he took me in. He took me under his wing. He mentored me.
Wow.
Right? He took me in. He had this mansion house. He gave me an annex of the house. He bought me a car, my first car in Nigeria. Imagine learning to drive in Nigeria. You know what I mean? So and all the things that I believed I should have been doing with my father, with my family, he was now doing them.
Yeah.
You understand? He was doing them, and it wasn't an easy coasting ride. Like I said, listen, this is what's going to happen, but there must be no mess ups, no funny business. You know what I'm saying? No smoking, no doing rubbish. You do this. This is my commitment to you. You follow through and you have what you need. And he was then responsible for sorting my new passport out, sorting my ticket out to return to the UK. And I came back here when I was about 24 with just a little kit bag, change of clothes, my certificates, and started all over again.
Wow.
Okay? So that's
literally how you got through with everything.
That's how I got through.
And you start, oh wow, that's amazing.
And then my parents and my sister followed on after.
Okay.
Stella, look, I just got to say this, it was a very volatile situation in Nigeria. I'm talking about the sort of 80s, early 80s and whatnot, and very volatile, the political situation. Obviously, as you know, my late father was a politician.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on economically, you know what I mean? We were, in that period as well, we were subject to a home invasion, armed robbers stormed the house. Before all this, and obviously had mum and my sister up, and you know what I mean.
All of that, yeah.
Dad was a lot. So I'm thinking, look, this is absolute nonsense. You've taken me from a situation of normality to absolute madness.
Yeah. So it's just something you just were not used to. You couldn't comprehend.
Wasn't used to it.
It was like, what on earth is this? Yeah.
And like I said, I've been going to Nigeria every year for holds. It wasn't an issue. But now to go and dump somebody in there without a plan, without a focus on something, very dangerous.
Yeah,
very, very dangerous. And I was just going to say now, all said and done, I don't have any blame issues and whatnot. It's a case of now, it's a case of, look, if what happened did not happen, I wouldn't be doing what I've been called to do right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that has brought out the calling. That has allowed the things to happen. If that didn't happen, I wouldn't be the man that I am
you wouldn't
today.
be doing this today.
At all.
You wouldn't be doing real talk.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be doing that at all. And I just always believe this, that, you know, we shouldn't look at our experiences as something bad or regret, but we can actually take it as a positive thing and say, you know what, I've been through this and I came out. Now, how do I teach others who are possibly in the same situation to come out of this? And so that's why it's very important to have guests like you on the show, because it's very important to show people that you've been through this situation and you were able to come out with it. And now you're also doing something. Not only were you able to come out of it, but you're doing something to now impact your community. Why? Because we want the next generation to be better than the way we found it.
That's right.
So I'm going to tell you, Sean, I'm really happy and impressed. And that's why, obviously, you know, we've talked, you know. I'm going to go into collaboration with him, so which is amazing.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Likewise.
So back to you, JP. Hi. So your story. We all know you have a story. And I really want to hear about it because I haven't heard anything about it, really. I think I've only heard just a bit. But I want to hear from your mouth.
What we talk about from beginning.
Yeah.
So born to two parents. My mum and dad are Nigerian.
Oh, wow. They're Nigerian as well.
Yeah, my mum was a diplomat.
Okay.
My dad is working class, let's use working class.
Okay.
So exactly like everyone, all of us have gone through things. And I think for me and Shola, why it works very well is a lot of the things that Real Talk address. I know I've personally experienced them. So it's not you have a lot of mentors or you have a lot of psychologists or you have a lot of teachers who have never experienced what it is themselves. So everyone, like we all talk about gun crime, knife crime, everyone thinks they have a solution. Everyone in here has got an opinion. But a lot of people have not experienced anything. Mm-hmm. So with me, I'm very thankful to God because of how he's made me, because sometimes if I tell people the story, they think I'm lying. So from a young age, so let's just get interesting. From a young age, my mother took me with her to Nigeria. So I wasn't aware I had a brother and sister or a dad until consciously, I think I would have been about 4 or 5, I believe. So at that point, I've left Nigeria so I'm born here, so for whatever reasons happened, so I've gone there, so now I'm introduced to brother and sister and a dad. First memory, one of the first memories I have, I don't like the word abuse, but it's things that shouldn't happen to a child happened. Do you understand? So that's one of my first memories that I can remember. And it turns out that maybe things were happening before that, because there's a little information I just found out 2 weeks ago. So now I'm with my brother and sister, so we go to Germany. So for the first time I'm experiencing a family, so let's say 5 to 8. We're in Germany, some few funny things happen in Germany and whatnot. And then after that, this Nigerian thing, what do they call it? Is it farming, where you leave your kids with a family member while you go and travel somewhere else. So because my mum's a diplomat, she travels the world. And we decided we don't want to go. So my brother and sister, because they've been in the UK, they decided we all want to go to the UK. So me, my brother and sister are in the UK now with our auntie. Our auntie's a special woman, an amazing woman. So resulting of that, we've ended up with her husband, who is my mum's brother.
Okay.
Result of that, we've ended up in foster care because of certain issues in the household. So we were living like animals. So it was mad. So we've ended up in foster care. Like literally, when the foster people have come and got me, I read some of the documents and they were saying things like that this guy's hygiene, it's like he's not used to certain things. Like if you saw the way I was living, it was a madness. So how old am I? I'm about 8, 9.
Okay.
At that point.
Yeah.
Then my dad decided he's going to come back. So whatever's happened between him and my mum, I don't know. So he's come back, he's taken me, my brother and sister. So from that point, we now live with our dad. So in that case, I'm a very high achiever. So I'm very, very smart in school. There's not a problem. So as you know, the Nigerian dream, as long as you're good education, no one really cares what's going on. But because my dad's a working class, he's always at work. So he's never at home. So there's no, and me and Shola was talking about this, there's nothing that you can look at and say, this is what I'm going to image myself on. So nothing at all there. So the kids are bringing up themselves from a young age. We're very independent. So I'm talking from the ages of 10, I'm traveling around London by myself, every single thing. And then skip story, school, high achiever, super popular, but I've got a lot of issues. Subconsciously, I don't talk about them. Got a lot of anger issues, a lot of issues. And I remember, I always say that there was one memory, I think I was 14, the first time someone tried to rob me. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I went to the toilet and I cried because I didn't have a freedom to even tell somebody, because in the household, you don't even know what you can get in trouble for. You understand? Something that's not your it's your fault. You say, how did that one work? The other side, so you hold it in. So I remember that day and I vowed to myself, all right, I've got something for the world. So now we start practicing anger. So I'm a problem now. Then we start getting into drugs. I start getting into drugs. And from that, it's a whole new ball game now. Because what drugs does to your mind, it numbs certain parts. It makes you think different. Whoever you are, and you think you're thinking normal, it's a lie. You're not thinking normal. So now I start to get active. So now I'm part of a group of friends, and now we're active. So we're talking about from knives, guns, drug dealing, everything under the sun. So even to the point I now make up a name, you know, street guys, you've got your fake name. Like no one even knows my real name. So I've got this street name now. And it's like everything is about this street, like boosting this up. And what happens now, you're part of a group, but everyone in that group is broken. But together you form almost one perfect person.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Everyone's got issues. But together it's disguised as love. It's not love, it's very distorted. Very, very highly distorted. But it's disguised as love. So you're ready to, like now looking back, is absolute grotesque, demonic thing. But you can walk out your road and a stranger, I can try and kill him. With no real
reason.
No real reason.
Nothing.
Without thinking, you understand? Like you're
You're
so angry. You're so angry
Yeah.
at so many things. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And we've talked about this whole, and I will talk about it with black people that there's a training that we've been trained to hate ourselves, hate the way we look, hate every single thing. So now I used to always say this to people: if I walk on road, see a white guy, have no interest in looking at him. See a Chinese guy, have no interest in looking at him. Second I see a black guy that looks or represents someone like me, now what hey, are you looking? To the point that you can stab him. No real, what? And very quickly, and you're like, wow. At that point you think it's a game. So just throwing it out there, even to the point that now the youths, so if anyone listens to music, they say that, oh yeah, we're 1-up, or we scored 3-0. What that means, it means that, yeah, we've caught you guys, or we've killed one of you guys. So it's almost a game. Now, I understand that because I was in it.
Yeah.
So, but to everyone else, that sounds mad.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a game because it gives you a purpose.
Yeah.
Remember, I have a purpose now, waking up saying, rah, who are we beefing today? Rah, who can we rob? How can I make money? So it gives you a purpose because you've got no purpose.
I never thought like, I don't even have words for this, literally.
No, it's madness.
Like, because I'm shocked hearing this.
No, it's
So
what
literally,
goes
is
on.
this how they wake up thinking?
No, it's a purpose.